Funding for HiQ is provided by Wing to Wing Foundation and the Dutch Miller Auto Group. Today, these two teams begin their quest for this season's championship on HiQ. And now, from Marshall University's School of Journalism and Mass Communications Television Studio A in Huntington, West Virginia, here is the host of HiQ, Ernie Anderson.
Thank you, and thank you, Adam Nedeff, and welcome to HiQ. Getting near the end of our season now. We have our final games coming up before our big finale with the 5 previous winners, and one of these teams today that will play will be that 6 to add to that. We're ready to go, and we're going to start with a warm-up round, and we'll start with Liam in South Webster. It's a chemistry question. Anybody in chemistry class? Well, maybe you know. As one advances down the periodic chart from chlorine to iodine, does the chemical activity of halogens increase, decrease, or stay the same? What do you think?
How about decrease?
Decrease is right, so you're on the board with 10. Good job, Liam. Now, Sarah, your question on chemistry. How many atoms of oxygen are there in one molecule of potassium oxide?
2. 2.
Not 2. Liam?
3.
How about 1? But back to you, Sarah, for a cute little song. What was the adjectival description of the spider that went up the water spout? Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up the rain, and the blank, blank spider went up the spout again. Now, what was this 2-word description of said spider, intimating its size?
Itsy bitsy.
Itsy bitsy is right. Or teensy weensy. Teensy weensy. All right, a cute little song for you now, Liam. In the American version of this little tune, all around what 2-word shrub was it said the monkey chased the weasel? Weasel, my favorite word in the English language. The monkey stopped to pull up his sock. Pop goes the weasel. What was that 2-word shrub?
The mulberry bush?
That's it. Good job there as well. Help from teammate. And that's always good. We have the first visual question of the game now, Liam and team, and it's musical notation. Anybody in the band? Anybody? Nobody? Oh, some of you in the band. All right. Also known as a hold, pause, colloquially a bird's eye or cyclops eye, or as a grand pause when placed on a note or a rest. This is a symbol of musical notation indicating the note should be prolonged beyond the normal duration its note value would indicate. Now, exactly how much longer it is held up is the direction of the performer or conductor, but twice as long is common. Usually printed above, but can be occasionally below when it's upside down, the note to be extended. What is that musical symbol called? Liam, any guess?
I don't think so.
All right, Sarah?
No.
It's a fermata. So now I will have your visual question, Sarah, music notation. This musical notation resembles a bold letter X. It's an accidental for a note, meaning the original note is raised by 2 half steps, also called semitones. What is this symbol called?
A sharp.
More specific? Nope, Liam? Actually, it's a double sharp, Liam. So let's do a math question. We're going to go back to our friends from Wayne. The measures of 3 angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. What's the degree measure of the largest angle?
$90.
Is right. Good. Tied the score. Now let's see if Liam might break the score with the math question for the Jeeps. What is the degree measure of the smallest angle of a triangle if their angles are in a ratio of 1 to 3 to 6?
18.
18 is right. And that puts you in the lead by 10 and takes us to our break. And we'll come back with a bonus round coming up here on HiQ, and we'll talk to our team captains, find out about their schools when HiQ continues.
It's the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get a brand new 2025 K4 starting at just $219 a month. And get an additional $750 in owner loyalty incentives on select 2025 Sorrentos and Sportages. And be sure to ask about no payments for 90 days.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Thank you, and welcome back to High Q. We have a 30-20 score in favor of South Webster as we get ready soon for the bonus round. But let's find out about our respective schools. Always like to give them a little time here before we go into the bonus round to find out and let them brag on their schools. Liam, tell us all about South Webster.
We're South Webster. We're a small school in Scioto County, Southern Ohio. We have about 200 kids, I think, in our high school. Our principal's Brett Roberts. He was a MLB pitcher, and he got drafted to the NBA.
Really?
6'7", yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Does he laud that over you, though? Does he have big trophies and stuff?
Not really. He's pretty humble. Let me think.
Your Quiz Bowl coach here
Our coach
today?
is Sandy Dutil. Yeah, she's very good. She pushes us very hard.
Good. What does she teach?
She teaches English, 9th grade English.
Oh, ninth grade. Oh, I loved English. Had a wonderful ninth grade English teacher at Mann Junior High School in Logan County, West Virginia. All right, thank you, Liam and South Webster. Now let's turn our attention to Wayne. The Pioneers are here. And Sarah, tell us about your school.
We are Wayne High School. We are about 600 student high school in Wayne, West Virginia. Our principal is Sarah Stapleton. She's very, very good principal. Our Quiz Bowl coach is Robert Thompson. He teaches contemporary studies and financial literacy.
Financial stuff.
Yes.
Great. I wish somebody had taught me that when I was your age.
We all have to know how to do our taxes.
Wonderful. Wow. Would you do mine? Well, all right. Well, thank you very much for coming. And we're going to start with the bonus round coming up right now. And here we go with the bonus round. We'll start with our friends from Wayne. I give them a 15-point clue. If they're not sure of the answer, they can ask for more information. A 10-point clue, which is designed to be a little easier. If they're still not sure, I will give them the 5-point clue. If they get that, they go to the other part of the bonus where it's inverted, 5, 10, and 15. Here we go. Sarah and Wayne, here's your 15-point clue on Russian leader. This Russian military leader, statesman, nobleman, and favorite of Catherine the Great died during the negotiations over the Treaty of Jassy, which ended a war with the Ottoman Empire that he had overseen. Still like more information?
Yes.
Catherine obtained for him the title of Prince of the Holy Roman Empire and gave him the title of Prince of the Russian Empire, among many others. He was both a Grand Admiral and the head of all Russia's land and irregular forces. Five-point clue?
Yes, please.
His achievements include the peaceful annexation of the Crimea and the successful Second Russo-Turkish War. Despite attempts by Paul I to play down his role in Russian history, his name found its way into numerous items of common parlance, including a battleship and a Soviet movie by Sergei Eisenstein. His initials are G.P., and last names are acceptable. Any guess for the 5 points? Liam? It's Gregory Potemkin. So we'll come to you now, Liam, for a question on multiple references. Here's your 15-point clue. One reference to this 3-word name has been applied to several different species of flowering plants that are valued in different parts of the world. This deciduous flowering shrub is a member of the mallow family. They form a group of plants that can be erect shrubs, climbing or trailing, with stems that are often armed with sharp prickles. It's also the name of a Mumford & Sons song from the album Delta, as well as a song from the band Title Fight from the album Hyperview.
Can we get the 10-point, please?
Sure. In John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath, this three-word appellation is given to the eldest Joad daughter, a childish and dreamy teenage girl, age 18, who develops into a mature woman. Pregnant at the beginning of the novel, she eventually delivers a stillborn baby, perhaps due to malnutrition, but she can use her breast milk to save a man from starvation.
Move on to 5, please.
All right. You'll find this three-word phrase in the Bible, Song of Songs or Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. The speaker, the beloved, says, I am this three-word phrase, a rose of the valley. No guess? Sarah, you can take the 5 if your team knows.
No.
It's Rose of Sharon. So no points on that one. Sarah, it's your question now on archaeology, a 15-point clue. In the Quechua language, this site means old or old person and pyramid. Thus, the name of the site is sometimes interpreted as Old Mountain and believed to have been in the 2021 study revealed that it may have been occupied from around 1420 to 1530 AD.
We'll take the 10-point clue.
Okay, this site was declared a Peruvian historic sanctuary in 1981 and a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983. In 2007, it was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world in a worldwide internet poll.
Pyramids of Giza?
No, so you can take the 10 points, Liam, if your team knows, and move on to the other part of the bonus.
Is it Machu Picchu?
That's it. Good for 10 points. Now, the other part of the bonus, I'm going to have movie quotes for you. What character spoke these memorable lines? 5 points. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too, in The Wizard of Oz.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
That's right. Now, for 10, I'm the king of the world in Titanic.
Is it Jack?
Jack is right for another 10. For 15, I see dead people in The Sixth Sense.
I don't know about that one.
All right, then, Sarah, you can take the 15 points if you know.
No.
It is coal. Coal sear, to be exact. All right, let's see if we can do a mythology question now, the 15-10-5, and Liam, it's for your team. The name derives from the ancient Greek word which means grim or dreadful and appears to come from the same root as the Sanskrit word which means a guttural sound similar to the growling of a beast.
10-point, please.
This was a popular image in Greek mythology appearing in the earliest written records of ancient Greek religious beliefs such as those of Homer, which may date to as early as 1194 to 1184 BC. Because of their legendary and powerful gaze, images of them were put upon objects and buildings for protection.
5-point, please.
The term most commonly refers to 3 sisters who are described as having hair made of living, venomous snakes and horrifying visages that turned those who beheld them to stone. In late myths, Medusa was the only one of the 3 who was not immortal. No guess? Sarah, for 5?
Gorgon?
Gorgon is right. Good. So you pick up that 5, brings you to 25. And our final bonus for you, it's on North American countries. Excluding British Columbia, give me the 3 single-name nations in North America, beginning with the letter B. I'll give you 5 points for 1, 10 points for a second, and 15 if you can give me a third. In any order, doesn't matter.
Belize?
Belize is 1 for 5.
Bolivia?
No, not Bolivia. South Webster.
The Bahamas?
The Bahamas is 1. The other would have been Barbados. So that ends a bonus round, 65-30 in favor of Liam and South Webster. The 62nd round categories coming up for you, for your dining and dancing entertainment, are these. You have what, All the answers begin with the letter A. History, kitty lit, and palindromic words. When HiQ returns.
It's the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get a brand new 2025 K4 starting at just $219 a month. And get an additional $750 in owner loyalty incentives on select 2025 Sorrentos and Sportages. And be sure to ask about no payments for 90 days.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Thank you and welcome back to HiQ. After 2 rounds of play, we find a 65-30 score in favor of South Webster, which means Wayne will get first and to pick one of those 4 categories we mentioned for the break. Wayne, will it be you have what? All your answers will begin with the letter A, history, kitty lit, or palindromic words. And we'll give them 60 seconds to get as many of the 10 as we can get through. Anything they miss or pass will come over to the other team. Then the other team will get their 60-second round. Anything they miss or pass will go back to the originating team. So Wayne, which category for you?
Kitty lit.
Kitty lit. All right. Should be fun. Going back to your childhood. Oh, wait a minute. You're still childhoods. All right. Here we go. Start the clock. It's a parrot named Polynesia who teaches this doctor the language of animals.
Doctor Who.
No. The frontispiece of this Robert Louis Stevenson pirate book featured a detailed map.
Treasure Island.
The great swans swam round him, stroking him welcomingly.
The Ugly Duckling.
He was brawn and bred in a briar patch.
Briar Rabbit.
This book begins with a mole spring cleaning his little home.
Pass.
The author who delighted generations with Peter Pan.
Pass.
This author also created a 2-letter land called IX.
Neverland.
No, the Brothers Grimm gave no name for the miller's daughter who guessed the name of this little man. Time is up. So you picked up 3, brings you to 60 total. Now, Liam and team on the ones they missed or passed on. It's a parrot named Polynesia who teaches this doctor the language of animals.
Doolittle?
Doolittle is right. This book begins with a mole spring cleaning his little home. The Wind in the Willows. The author who delighted generations with Peter Pan. J.M. Barrie. This author also created a 2-letter land called IX. That is L. Frank Baum. And the Brothers Grimm gave no name for the miller's daughter who guessed the name of this little man.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin is right. So you picked up 2 of theirs, and that will bring you to 85. Now, which category are the remaining 3 for you?
You have what, please?
You have what? I had fun writing this one. All your answers begin with the letter A. These afflictions all start with the letter A. And here we go. Continuous or steady dull pain.
Ache.
Excessive dread of high places.
Pass.
Disease caused by the excess consumption of intoxicating beverages.
Alcoholism.
Any inflammation of the joints.
Arthritis.
Respiratory disorder, often of allergic origin, characterized by difficult breathing.
Asthma.
Itching, burning, or stinging, especially between the toes.
Pass.
Degeneration or wasting away of an organ or part of the body, as from disease or disuse.
Pass.
A swollen, inflamed area of body tissue, often tender or painful, in which pus has gathered.
Acne.
No. Inflammation of the sebaceous glands.
Pass.
Finally, defective eyesight without any apparent defect of the eye. All right, and time runs out. You picked up 4 of the 10 we got through, so you can pick up 6 points here on you have what? All the answers begin with the letter A. They're all afflictions. Excessive dread of high places. That's acrophobia. How about itching, burning, or stinging, especially between the toes?
Pass.
Any athletes in the house? Athlete's foot? That's what that is. Degeneration or wasting away of an organ or part of the body as from disease or disuse.
Atrophy.
A swollen, inflamed area of body tissue, often tender or painful, in which pus has gathered.
Abscess.
Say again?
Abscess.
Yes. Inflammation of the sebaceous glands. That's your acne answer, Liam, there. Defective eyesight without any apparent defect of the eye.
No.
It's amblyopia. So you picked up 2 of theirs, and that will bring you to 80. Still a close game, 125 to 80, as we went on head into the Stump the Experts round. 20 points apiece when High Q returns.
It's the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get a brand new 2025 K4 starting at just $219 a month. And get an additional $750 in owner loyalty incentives on select 2025 Sorrentos and Sportages. And be sure to ask about no payments for 90 days.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome back to High Q. After 3 rounds of play, it's 125 to 80 in favor of South Webster. But these questions are worth 20 points apiece, so it's easy to catch up quickly. And Liam, we're going to start with you. We have our first audio question of the game. This was the first Hispanic act to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998. Listen and name the band. The song was an international success, reaching #1 for 12 consecutive weeks. It was the final #1 hit of the 1990s and the first #1 hit of the 2000s, and the only song to appear on 2 decade-end Billboard charts. Smooth was ranked as the second most successful song ever on Billboard's Hot 100 60th anniversary listing. Here is Rob Thomas with What Legend on Guitar.
Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
All right, Liam.
Santana.
Carlos Santana. Man, is he good. He can make that guitar scream. All right, Sarah, your team now for an audio question. This song was released to coincide with the Apollo 11 trip to the moon, during which Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon. Name it or the artist.
Ground control's a major tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. 10. Ground control's a major tom. 7.
So either the song or the artist, Sarah?
Ground control.
No? Liam?
Rocket Man by Elton John.
No, that's Space Oddity by David Bowie. Back to you, Sarah, for your question on in what decade of the 1600s did Harvard become the first college in America when founded as Cambridge College?
The 30s.
Is right for 20 points. Nice job there. Brings you up to 100. Your what decade question now, Liam and team. In what decade of the 1600s did the Dutch surrender New Amsterdam to the British, who renamed it New York?
The 80s?
Not the 80s. So Sarah, you can pick up 20 points more.
The 10s?
The 60s. Not 1664. Back to you, Liam. We have French words. I will give you the word or phrase, and you translate into English. Crème de la crème. What does that mean in English? Sure, I butchered the language.
Best of the best?
Yes, that's good for 20 points. The best, person, thing, top level, any of those. Now, your French words, Sarah. I'll give you the word or phrase. You translate it into English. Coup d'état. Coup d'état.
How are you?
No? I'm fine, thank you, but glad you asked. South Webster. Coup d'état. That is an illegal or overt attempt by the military or other government elites to unseat the incumbent leader. As timely as though torn from today's headlines. Back to you, Sarah, for initials. OSHA, O-S-H-A, is a regulatory agency of the U.S. Department of Labor that originally had federal visitorial powers to inspect and examine workplaces. It was formed from the act which President Richard M. Nixon signed into law on December 29, 1970. What do those initials stand for? OSHA.
Office Safety Health Administration?
No? Good guess.
Occupational Safety and Health Administration?
Occupational Safety and Health Administration is right. Another 20 for you. Now, your question on initials, Liam and team. USO is an American nonprofit charitable corporation that provides live entertainment such as comedians, actors, musicians, social facilities, and other programs of members of the U.S. Armed Forces and their families, as begun in 1941 by President Franklin Roosevelt. USO.
United States Office?
No? Sarah, pick up another 20 for your team if you know.
United Social Organization?
Oh, close. United Service Organization. That ends a well-played game. We'll check the score and see who moves on when High Q returns. Nice job, everybody.
It's the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get a brand new 2025 K4 starting at just $219 a month. And get an additional $750 in owner loyalty incentives on select 2025 Sorrentos and Sportages. And be sure to ask about no payments for 90 days.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
For both teams, good game. We find that South Webster defeats Wayne 185-100, scoring in the triple digits each team, which means South Webster, we will see you against Tug Valley in our next game. And Wayne, we will send you back to Wayne, West Virginia, Wayne County, some of you way out Wayne, and Ernie G. Anderson, reminding you to adopt a spayed or neutered pet, like I did with my Bark Twain. All right, and from a shelter near you, believe me, the love you will experience is unfathomable. We'll see you next time here on High Q. And now you can congratulate each other on a well-played game. Just going to watch the chords as you're going. The music is playing, the credits will be rolling, and all that stuff. You are welcome. I will, absolutely. What I would like to get from those coaches are a phone number as opposed to, I have your email, but in case things happen and you don't check your email, I've got your phone that way.
Funding for High Q is provided by Wing to Wing Foundation and the Dutch Miller Auto Group. This is Adam Needham speaking for High Q, an Ernie Anderson production in association with Marshall University's School of Journalism and Mass Communications.